Hello, guys. Good evening. I hope you're having a great day or had a great night. I'm just going to wait for a few people to get on. Um, so tonight I'm just pulling some stuff up here, you guys. Tonight I'm going to just be talking about the 30-hour STARS training. I do have some people that are going to be coming on this week to get started on this. I have some really big news that I want to share with everybody just because I went to a little event that happened last week, and there were some different licensors and different learning centers out there, and we were talking about some of the new Washington state law policies. And I will tell you, you guys, there's some big changes coming up, and I didn't even know about them. And I am a STARS trainer, so it was pretty shocking for me. I'm going to play some music in the background here. Hold on, let me see if I can play a little loud. See here, sorry guys. Just put a little something in the background. So yeah. So I just want to let you know a little bit about what's going on, get you more prepared, because honestly, I thought I was prepared for this new WAC, but I actually found that I am not. And I wanted to share with you guys a little about what I found. And so I want to wait for a few people to get on here. Really, I just want to kind of get in the groove here of going through all these trainings on Facebook Live. So what I really plan to do is to have night trainings where you can get STARS credits, Washington State STARS credits. So pass the word through. The great thing about the trainings on Facebook Live is that if you decide to watch the whole thing and do the activity, you can go right on my link and you can actually do the activity, and then you get STARS training, and it's late at night if you're on Facebook, whatever, and you can just jump right on. So that's something that we are absolutely going to be doing. I'm really excited about it. I have a couple of classes coming up here. I know some of you guys have already started to take my new classes. Whoop, whoop. Really excited about them. The 3 levels of coaching. I know a lot of people, when they first heard the title, it kind of throws them off, and they're like, well, you know, I really don't want anything for management. These are more for my teachers. But let me tell you how coaching really does work. When you have a team that understands coaching principles, they are more prepared to work with your kids better, to work with your families, to work with each other. And I just put a lot of cool content together. We kind of revamped what the learning project is all about, and hopefully I'll be doing a video on that pretty soon. But really what I want to be focusing on is really the visual arts. I want to look at history pieces, all different kinds of things to go into the learning project. A lot of people kind of call my kind of coaching or training a very conversational piece. And I really love that we can have a conversation about children, about education, in a very open and diverse way. A lot of people will also look for that political piece or that social justice change piece. That is definitely not changing at all. But I want to bring some more content in that really will help you to make better connections and find better resources in the community. So I'm very excited about that. So I want to talk about this new WAC that just came out, and that is definitely in full effect. And I didn't even know, like I said, this was something that I needed to be aware of, but I want you to be aware of it. So WAC number 110-300-0106. So the reason why this WAC is super important is because prior, if you had a new employee that came on, they would have 6 months to complete their STARS training. STARS training is a Washington State kind of code word for professional development. And so they basically would give you 6 months from the time you started to your 6-month mark to get your 30-hour STARS training, which is like your basic fundamentals of early childhood education, all the rules and regulations that go into Washington State, working with children. And then you had to complete your 10 hours of STARS training, which is your 10 hours of professional development. And it could be in any area that you were really interested in. So like some people may want to learn more about classroom management. They may want to learn some more about families, how to de-escalate a situation. I mean, there's tons of different trainings out there that you could get your hands on. So going back to this old way or the old rule, now we have a new rule that has been put into place, okay? So first things first, one, you now only have 3 months to get your basic STARS, 30 hours STARS credits, okay? A lot of people are like, okay, 3 months, we'll just get on it and keep moving. You have to have your TB. I'm just going to go through some of the general rules. You got to have your TB. You have to have a background check in order to be alone with children. And that used to be the prior rule before this new one. Now the new WAC says within the 3 months, they have to have their background check and they have to complete the child care basic training before they can even be alone with children. Okay? Yes. I want that to sink in with you guys, especially if you're in management. So you have 3 months from the time you start to get your TB. You'll need to get your background check to be alone, and you have to get your child care basic training to be alone with children. This is really interesting to me because if you have a staff of 3 or 4 people, or I'm just making up a number, 5 people, right? And then maybe 2 people leave, right? And then you hire 2 new people. Instead of saying, okay, your background check is passed so you can be alone with children, now they're saying, no, you have to do that 30 hours right away. So this is kind of what has created this urgency for me to help with getting a lot of people's new teachers caught up and ready to go. A lot of people are just going online and doing the 30-hour STARS training, which is totally fine. I think that's a great, if that works for you, do it. But I'm going to be doing a hybrid class. And I think this will be really good because a lot of people that have taken my 30-hour STARS trainings, one of the things I always ask them is to think about this very differently. And let's ask ourselves some really challenging questions and really wrap our mind around why we are doing what we're doing and really find that deep commitment to the field. A lot of people think that this is the Babysitters Club. It's not the Babysitters Club, you guys. It is absolutely a career field that is respected, that is growing, that is changing, and it is developing in so many ways, you guys. I am so excited about being in early childhood education right now because we have an opportunity to do something very different, and I love being on the bandwagon with this. So what we're going to be doing, this is the goal. So for those that are interested in taking the hybrid course, this week I am going to be doing modules 1 through 5 online at night. The nice thing about this is that if you can't meet during the night, that's fine. You could just go straight to the link or straight to the video and watch it, do all the content, and then be done. The big thing that I am asking everyone to do is that once you complete that, those first 5 credits or those first 5 modules, what you're going to need to do is move forward with the next date, which is, let me get that date for you guys. We're going to be at the Moran Prairie Library on the 23rd, okay? I'll give you more announcements about it, but we'll be at the Moran Prairie Library the 23rd. that is where you're going to complete modules 5 through 10. Okay, so instead of spending 2 days, in class, we're only going to spend 1 day in class, which is really nice, you guys. And then also too, it gives us an opportunity to connect. It gives us an opportunity to learn from one another, and just really be inspired. A lot of people that have taken the class with me, they have been like, this is very different than what the traditional STARS training is. It's not like a click kind of training. It's for some people that works, but there's times that you really need that motivation and you need that inspiration. And I think it's really important to be among your other colleagues out there in the community, hearing what they're doing. What can we do? How can we connect better? Sometimes we lose out on opportunities to really develop professionally because we don't get together. And that's a hard kind of piece to actually talk about, because everything is so internet based, or you're on this app or you're on this group, but actually like sitting down to meet and connect, I think there's something really powerful about that. But I am going to try to recreate this this piece, or that conversational piece, through our Facebook Live events. And so we're going to start working on the different modules, and module 1 will be tomorrow. Really excited about that. We'll talk, we'll go through all the pieces. Some of them will be pre-recorded, but we are definitely going to be live as well. So there'll be some pieces in between. I want to go back to this WAC. So you have 3 months to complete your 30-hour STARS training. Also, prior to completing this, there was some debate. It was kind of weird because a lot of the licensors were talking about, they're still like solidifying a lot of the rules and the regulations. So this is something to keep in mind. Be prepared for that change. Be prepared for maybe rules to look one way and actually they're another. When I read this the first time, it really didn't click to me like you can't be alone unless you have the 30-hour STARS training and your background check. I was just like, oh, okay, well, that's a no-brainer. You can't be alone until you get your background check. No, you can't be alone until you get this 30-hour STARS training. So this is really going to cultivate how we do things in higher in the future. So couple other things. You'll need to go to deltraining.com if you have not done this. It is a whole different website. It is not connected with Merit. If you are familiar with Merit, this is basically your account or your system that you're using to document all of your trainings, as well as you'll want to update all of your information. This is where you get your background check, your STARS ID. So it is completely different than Merit. Nothing is transitioned over. You actually have to get this put in manually by your center director, or if you have an admin team, they do the admin team will put it in. So on deltraining.com, you will need to complete I want to make sure I give you guys the right titles here. So the abuse and head trauma training. You'll want to take the emergency preparedness training, abuse and neglect, mandated reporter, children experiencing homelessness, slave sleep training, and if your center does restraints, there is a child restraint training. So this actually has to be documented, and this also has to be completed annually. This is what I have read at the meeting. They said that if you do the 30-hour STARS training, you did not need to do all of those trainings on DEL. However, they did not give me a yes or no answer on this part. So I want to make sure you guys are still doing that piece, making sure that you are completing those trainings, because at one point they were like, you have to have them done by August. So everybody's trying to hurry up and get them done by August. So a best practice of mine is I usually have my new teachers actually complete this before they even come onto the team. So when we're doing our pre-hire stuff, basically I have them finish all of these trainings that they need to complete. And in that way, if they have questions or concerns or whatever, they can do those. So just to give you a little heads up on that. Also, there is a medication management training as well. There also is the bloodborne pathogens, which you'll need to complete annually. And then you have your CPR and first aid. One of the cool things that I learned is the Department of Labor and Industries regulations, they actually do the bloodborne pathogens training for free. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So you can go right on there and you can actually complete that. Sometimes it's a little slow, or it might have some glitches because everybody's on there at the same time. So these are things that I want to just go over with you guys, make sure that you're prepared for that. We're going to start going through the 30-hour STARS training, which I'm really excited about. I have never done a hybrid class before. Typically it's either all online or it's in person, and so I just wanted to do something different and then really create a environment that will allow you guys to be flexible with your trainings, but also really get that conversational piece and really have someone or something you can connect with. So, you know, talk to your friends, refer people. We're going to do some referral kind of things. We're going to be giving some gift baskets away on our training, just to, you know, let you guys know, thanks for coming and thanks for being a part. And it's fun getting gifts and relaxing and having having fun. So anyways, enough of that. It's late. You guys have a great night. I'm really glad that I had this opportunity to talk with you. Let me know if you need anything. Reach out to us. We do lots of different types of trainings. Like I said, we have lots of new trainings coming to you guys. The three levels of coaching. We also do a CDA program, which I will be talking about soon here. Where we're going to be starting our new class, so I'm really excited about that. And then we have our our other training that we'll be putting out pretty soon that is going to be directed towards managers and center directors, and that's going to be amazing. So I'm just super excited. Anyways, thanks so much for listening, you guys. Have a wonderful night, and I will talk to you guys soon.